Hi, I'm D. Daniels from MTC Video Promotions. If you are a martial arts instructor and you've been running your school since the late 1960s, 70s, or 80s, you know what I mean when I say that back in those days, there were always at least 250 to 300 competitors in attendance at almost every martial arts tournament that you and your students went to. There were also a few national and international martial arts tournaments throughout the country where there were as many as 500 to 600 competitors in attendance, and even more sometimes. Jerry Roberts, who is also the promoter of the Ultimate Karate Challenge, knows this all too well. That's because he was often among those 500 to 600 competitors who used to travel to different parts of the country to compete in many of those tournaments. But by the late 1990s, the number of competitors at many of those national and international tournaments had declined significantly. Some in the martial arts industry believe that part of the reason for the decline was because more and more smaller martial arts tournaments were popping up everywhere. Many of them were popping up in the same areas where many of the big national and international martial arts tournaments were being held every year. They were being held about a month or two prior to the big national and international tournaments, and sometimes a few months after. Some promoters believe that it may have been the cost to enter the big national and international tournament versus the cost to enter the smaller tournament that became a factor. But no one knows for sure. But Jerry Roberts is a tournament promoter who believes that he has found a few new ways to help bring huge numbers of competitors to his tournament. When he began planning this year's Ultimate Karate Challenge, he decided to use some of the methods that promoters used to use to promote their tournaments back in the 70s and 80s, but not all of those methods. He knew that some of those methods were still available and some are not. He also knew that some of them have become far too expensive. With this in mind, Mr. Roberts decided to promote his tournament this year the way promoters of other popular sports are promoting their events these days. He decided to turn to social media. He also decided to reach out to lots of martial arts instructors throughout the region, particularly those who have students who are members of organizations like PKC and a few of the others, that allows competitors to earn state and national points every time they go and place first, second, or third at martial arts tournaments that are rated by those organizations. To help promote the Ultimate Karate Challenge this year, Mr. Roberts also decided to arrange to have MTC Video Promotion come in and videotape the entire tournament from beginning to end. But just before the competition got underway, the competitors were asked to direct their attention to the command center and onto Grandmaster Mark Miller.
I have a special presentation to make to Jerry Roberts. I'm promoting him to Hachidan, which is an 8th degree black belt in Chinese Kenpo. So I'm going to keep this simple. Jerry? He deserves it.
I would not be here today if it wasn't for Mr. Miller. When I first started martial arts, got kicked around from several schools, and he was the only guy that would take me in. So I'm thankful that I'm still here, because of him I wouldn't be. So again, I wish everyone good luck. Let's have some fun, and hopefully we'll get through this thing without anybody getting hurt or anybody being unhappy. All right, thank you.
Immediately after Jerry Roberts received his promotion, the competition got underway sharply at 10 a.m. All of the PKC judges and referees, scorekeepers and timekeepers and ring coordinators were in place and ready to go. When the word was given to let the competition begin, one of the first things that you heard was a loud popping sound that sounded like a car engine backfiring. It was the sound of padded weapons being used by the competitors in the Jinbari competition. This was just the first of 5 different forms of competition that would be taking place throughout the day, and there were around 300 competitors who had come to compete in each of them. Jerry Roberts wanted to give the competitors one more exciting thing to look for when they come and compete in the Ultimate Karate Challenge this year. He wanted them to be able to go to his Facebook page after the tournament and see themselves in action. He arranged to have MTC Video Promotion come in and provide the type of video coverage that would give about 90% of the competitors a chance to see themselves in the video, no matter what rank they are, what martial arts school they came from, what style or system of martial arts they study and practice, and no matter what event they competed in. And as you can see in this video, this method of promoting his tournament definitely worked for Jerry Roberts' Ultimate Karate Challenge this year. Part of the draw for the big national and international martial arts tournaments back in the 1970s and 80s was that they were the tournaments that were covered by reporters from major martial arts magazines. Yeah! Competitors from all over the country would go to those tournaments and try their best to win their division and hope that a reporter from one of those magazines would get a picture of them and feature it in one of the magazines a few months later. But over the years, it became more and more obvious to many of the competitors that the only way they were going to see a picture of themselves in any of those magazines is to be one of the top-ranked black belt competitors from around the country who showed up and competed in a tournament. But that is no longer the case. Martial arts competitors are discovering that when MTC Video Promotion comes in and covers the tournament, there's about a 90% chance that every competitor will see themselves in the video when it gets posted on the promoter's Facebook page. And again, it doesn't matter what rank they are, what martial arts school they come from, what style or system of martial arts they study and practice, how old they are, or what event they competed in. It doesn't even matter whether they place in their division or not. MTC Video Promotion has only been in existence for a little over a year. Jerry Roberts didn't know much about the company until after he had already printed his flyers. That's why there was no mention of the fact that his entire tournament was going to be videotaped. But when he made the announcement on Facebook about 3 weeks prior to his tournament, it was enough to inspire about 100 more competitors to come and compete. An amazing thing happened when competitors know that they're going to be on camera. Not only did they try to come well prepared to win their division, but they also come well prepared to take their performance to a whole new level for the camera. The MTC coverage of Jerry Roberts' Ultimate Karate Challenge also caught the attention of some of the top-ranked black belts and under black belt competitors throughout the Midwest. You'll also find the names of many of these competitors at the top of the PKC in the UpMac competitors rating system. There were also a large group of competitors from around the region who came to Jerry Roberts' Ultimate Karate Challenge to try to add a few more points to their point standing in the Arnold Battle of Columbus Martial Arts World Games. If they earn enough ABOC points by the 15th of February 2020, they will have a chance to be seated among the top 5 in their division at the 2020 Battle of Columbus Martial Arts World Games, which will be held in Columbus, Ohio next March. But between now and then, you can be sure that most of the competitors who competed in Jerry Roberts' 2019 Ultimate Karate Challenge this past August will not be sitting around until next year. Many of them will be going out and competing in tournaments where they will have a chance to try to rack up enough points by the end of the season to help them win a state or national title in their division. All of the competitors who finished first, second, or third in their division at this tournament were able to put themselves in a pretty good position in terms of improving their point standing and their chances of winning a state or national title this season. But no one was able to put themselves in a better position than Lucas Roberts. Roberts won the 2019 Ultimate Karate Challenge Grand Champion and enough points to maintain his lead in the 18 to 34-year-old men black belt heavyweight division. Hey competitors, D. Daniels here again. If we didn't get you on camera this time, don't worry. Just call the promoter of the tournament you're planning on going to next and find out if MTC Video Promotion is going to be there. And remember, it doesn't matter what martial arts school you're from, what style of martial arts you study and practice, what rank you are, how old you are, or what event you will be competing in. It doesn't even matter whether you win or lose. Martial arts fans still love seeing you in our videos.